Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Low Rollers. My name is Trey.
I'm Brian, and I'm waiting for them to do something for the Ultramarines.
I'm RJ.
Good news, Brian. There is an alternate version of the rulebook coming out that has an Ultramarine on the cover. No joke. They're printing a whole other cover for the rulebook for 11th edition just so it has an Ultramarine on it instead of a Blood Angel.
Well, guess who's buying that? It's about time they did something for the Ultramarines. They're so ignored.
So there you go.
Yeah, I'm glad they're doing that for the Ultramarines and not, making them better.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Well, I mean, they can't make them better. I mean, why would you do that in the first place?
Yeah, they're good enough, aren't they?
Try and give them a chance to go against all this Necron nonsense, or
I'm just saying.
They did that already. It's called Titus.
That's true. I finished the Heresy book, No Fear, which is Ultramarines versus Word Bearers book. And all I'm saying is, Calth was a massacre. And it wasn't for the Word Bearers.
Yeah.
So, while Brian tries to figure out how to get justice for Calth, we got some new detachments to talk about, guys.
Justice for Gotham. Anyways.
Hey, we're cooking up a really fun narrative game where you get to play your AdMech and I play my Word Bearers and Brian plays his Ultramarines, and it'll be really fun. We're working on that. We're workshopping it right now.
Sounds like a good time.
We'll
I have a flyer and a tank now, so I'm good.
That's true.
Maybe we'll have video.
That'd be really fun. But until
I can
then,
do that.
And I have a second unit of Victrix Honor Guard I got to put together.
That's true. That's true.
Anyway, let's talk Space Marines.
Until we have video, we do have Space Marines to talk about. We're going to cover the Orcs in another section, in another podcast, and Chaos in another one. As these continue to roll out, we'll cover them in chunks. So we're covering all of the Space Marines they've shown off so far, Imperial Guard and Sisters of Battle. So that all we'll be needing still from Imperium is AdMech, Knights, Custodes, Imperial Agents, and Death Watch, if Death Watch is still separate like Chaos Demons is. But starting off here, we have the Fulgurist Task Force. And as we get into these, I want to mention that all of these are one detachment point. They specifically stated that most of the Codex detachments will be 2. Not all of them. Some of them will be 3. I'm assuming Gladius Task Force will be 3, right? Because then you'll only be able to take Gladius if you take Gladius. But
that's fair.
Is Gladius that strong? It can only be by itself?
It is the single best Space Marine detachment across 5 Space Marine codexes, Brian.
Okay.
It's pretty strong.
Black Templars are still using Gladius instead of their own detachments right now.
Yeah.
It's pretty neat.
This one's kind of fun, though. So the Fulgurist Task Force is a one detachment point detachment that buffs land speeders, storm speeders, hammer strikes and hail strikes, and thunder strikes. They all get the speeder keyword, and in your first movement phase, friendly speeder units can make an ingress move. Now, I don't know what it means by first other than just your first turn, right?
Right.
Because they even say in the article it is on turn 1. That's a weird way to word that. It makes it seem like there's going to be another movement phase per turn, and there's not. It's an interesting detachment rule because it does just let you deep strike them on turn 1 effectively, or bring them in from board edge on turn 1 from strategic reserves. It is pretty clear we're going to get a lot of detachments like this edition that are just, hey, this buffs one type of unit. It costs 1 point. It buffs one type of unit. You'll take 2 other or 1 other detachment for the rest of your army. This is for these guys. But
it's still pretty good, though.
Yeah, turn 1 deep strike for all your speeders is pretty solid. You also then get the Bellicose Weapon Spirits enhancement, because remember, enhancements in 11th edition can go on units and not just characters. Mm-hmm. And so any speeder unit can reroll damage rolls and number of attacks if it is one that you would roll to determine it. So specifically, your Hail Strike, with its like spread shot attack, that gets really good there. Or your Hammer Strike with its D3, I think, damage. You can reroll the damage roll. Pretty handy.
Does that mean custodies can reroll their cannons?
So that is the question: is what else is going to count as a speeder, right? Because this right now doesn't include any of those, right? But if custodies have a version of this too that buffs their tanks and their gravs and their jet bikes and stuff like that, then I could see enhancements working across, because it doesn't say Space Marine speeder unit only, right? The enhancement just says speeder unit only. So is this enhancement going to be in every detachment that has the speeder keyword? We don't know.
How many speeders actually are there that aren't outside the Space Marine?
Not many.
I say.
Yeah, I don't even know, because the Caladius Grav tank, it is technically that same style, but I think they would probably classify it closer to like an Impulsor as a Grav vehicle.
It's interesting they don't include like bikes.
Yeah.
Like flying bikes in the speeder category.
Technically, as of 10th edition, there are no jet bikes for Space Marines except for Saboden Khan, right? Now he should definitely get the speeder keyword in my mind.
It isn't the Dark Angel.
So the Ravenwing are most likely getting an update in 11th.
Right, but the commander, Samuel, he's riding a jet bike.
You know what? That's right. Samael is still on a jet bike. Yeah.
Even though I know the model is old.
I assume he's going to get a remodel soon too. So it's really just them that are on jet bikes for Space Marines. But I would have included them in this for speeder, for sure. And maybe we'll get a thing that's like, if Saboden Khan is your warlord, he counts as a speeder. You know? Maybe. They also have a reactive evasion strat where, hey, if they move within 8, you can move up to D3 plus 3. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty solid.
That's fair, in all honesty.
If you are somebody that plays a lot of Ravenwing and you have a ton of speeders, you play a lot of White Scars and you have a ton of speeders, or you're just excited to get to use your speeder from the new box and you have an extra detachment point laying around, that's pretty good. Bringing it on turn 1's pretty solid.
I could see some competitive games people running just straight speeders.
Mm-hmm. Well, and again, with it only being 1 point, like if you're running, let's say you're running White Scars, right? And the Spearhead Assault is like 2 detachment points. You take this for 1 detachment point, and like 600 points out of your army is speeders. You know? Be pretty solid.
It is going to be interesting to watch people gauge how many points is worth using a detachment point on.
Yeah, I agree.
That'll be an interesting balance to see during competitive play.
Mm-hmm. And I think it'll make casual play more interesting in my mind, too.
Yeah, well, it'll let me build a very diverse army without being like, well, this is just going to be left out to dry.
Yeah. Next up, we have the first reworked detachment. So we're going to see a lot of these as we go through. A lot of the Grotmist detachments that we got last year, or year before last, have been reworked to be 1 detachment point detachments, which means they're going to get a little worse, but you can take them with any other 1 points or any other 2 point detachments. The Librarius Conclave has been changed. The detachment rule itself is the exact same as it is right now. At the start of the battle round, select one of the following psychic disciplines. Friendly psyker units have that until the end of the turn. +2 move, reroll hits of 1, wounds of 1. Ranged attacks have +1 AP within 12. Ranged attacks that target the unit have -1 strength, or they can ignore ballistic skill, weapon skill, and hit rolls, which is effectively ignores cover in this edition. That's exactly the same as it was before. That hasn't changed. But what has changed is that you're losing stratagems. The strats that this one had before are gone. Which is interesting. I think it's really weird that we're going to get some detachments that have no stratagems, but I think it's a good idea because otherwise you're going to have like 18 strats if you take 3 1-point detachments.
Right. So this is now a 1-pointer that you can add to a 2-pointer.
Yep.
So if
And
you have a
The
bunch of,
enhancement's pretty good.
yes.
if you have a bunch of, like you take the intercessor but have the librarians lead them,
Mm-hmm.
now you can do that.
And honestly, if you're bringing more than 2 librarians or 2 psychers in your Space Marine army, this one's probably worth putting 1 detachment point into.
Yeah.
So
Go ahead.
it's pretty good. I'm gonna get off topic just for 2 seconds. It's not off topic. It's a little like rabbit hole. But so if we're making these detachments like this, what's stopping them from letting us have soup again?
So that is what a lot of people are hoping for with Imperial agents, is that instead of agents being a full army, that it will be, hey, each detachment lets you bring this set of units in a different army.
So basically, you just have free reign over all the Imperium detachments.
Right.
And you can just pick and choose what you want. And if you have an attachment from that specific army, you can just use it.
That's what people are hoping, yeah. I think that'd be fun. I think it'd be chaos, but it'd be fun. Obviously, in tournaments, you'd restrict it more, but could be pretty great. And then you mentioned the enhancement. This enhancement is so good. Just uppy downy on a psychic unit. And most specifically, one of the biggest problems, we talk about uppy downy all the time, but we never actually get into why it's good. Uppy downy is almost always you're adding the ability to go back into reserves to a unit that has deep strike, right?
Mm-hmm.
This enhancement gives deep strike as well as giving the uppy downy if you chose telekinesis for the battle round. And that's just any psyker unit now that's Adeptus Astartes psyker could do that. That's awesome. That means librarian dreadnoughts can do that. Or Blood Angels? I think we could see a brand new vein of play for Blood Angels that we've never had before, where you actually focus in on the psychers.
Interesting.
I'm stoked. Next up, we get Subversion assets. This is for your Phobos Marines, right? Phobos and Scout Squads have the following ability. In your shooting phase, this unit can select 1 visible enemy unit within 12. That enemy unit is detected. That's the keyword we're going to see pop up more often, too. While a unit is detected, plus 3 detection range. So what that means is, normally when a unit is in hiding in a terrain, they're hidden. They have that 15-inch lone op, right? Where you can't shoot them.
12-inch.
I'm sorry,
If
yes.
they haven't shot.
If they haven't shot.
They got 12-inch.
No,
it's 15,
15.
but this
15?
makes it 12.
Oh, okay.
No, actually, I'm sorry. This goes the other way. They have plus 3 detection range. So it makes it 18. No, it makes it 12. No. Why is my brain shutting down here?
Okay, so if
they're
you have to
15
be
away,
within
they're
15,
hidden.
you have to be within 15 to see them.
Yeah.
Now you can be within 18.
Yes, thank you. That's what I was trying to say.
Yes.
It's been a long day. And this is super easy to do because all you have to do is infiltrate your boys you were already going to infiltrate or scout the guys you were already going to scout. Phobos means it includes incursors, infiltrators, and reavers, as well as Phobos captains, the Phobos lieutenant, the Phobos librarian. So you could take this detachment plus the librarius detachment and bring Phobos librarians. This is really solid.
And eliminators as well.
Yeah, eliminators as well.
A little bit more valuable.
Yeah, because just, hey, move, shoot, move. You move closer. There you go. Hey, you're detected now. I'm shooting you with my mid-range stuff. Hellblasters, intercessors. You take this with the new Dark Angel one we're going to talk about later for plasma. You get a Phobos unit in to make them easier where you can now shoot them, and then the plasma units can hit them. It's pretty solid.
Mm-hmm.
They have a strat here called Strike from the Shadows, where after the Phobos unit has shot, those range attacks do not prevent your unit from being hidden. So even though you shot, you go back to being hidden again.
Which, again, that's good for the snipers.
It is. That's so much fun. That's so much fun. Oh, my Raptors are going to love this. And then one of the enhancements lets you just give a Phobos model lone op and stealth.
Oh, that's really good.
Yep. So now they get the same bonus as if they were hidden in terrain, except they are out on the board doing stuff. Speaking of which, we did get a little rule blurb here for lone op and stealth for how they work now. Now, lone op is unless part of an attached unit. They never should have had to say that before. It should have been obvious, but it wasn't obvious for people. People tried to be lone op with their whole unit anyway. Unless part of an attached unit, this unit is not visible. That's the new wording. Not just they can't be shot. They're not visible to enemy models unless they are within 12. And it cannot be targeted by indirect fire unless the attacking model is within 12. So there is now no way to get around lone op other than being close. What'd you say, RJ? I'm sorry.
That's really good. They made lone op a lot better.
Yes. However, they made stealth a little worse. If every model in a unit has this ability, each time a ranged attack targets that unit has the benefit of cover against that attack. So now it doesn't have to be if every model in the attacking unit, right? You just get cover either way. But it's just cover, right? Because cover now is -1 to hit. So it's not stacking. Stealth does not stack with benefit of cover.
They didn't change anything, basically.
Right. Effectively, yes.
Which is technically in this new rule set, a nerf to stealth.
Right. People were really hoping they'd be able to stack them. And I get why, but I do think that would have been a little too strong. Then we have our first divergent chapter here. We have the Black Templars. Black Templars are doing really roughly in the meta right now. Their codex was not good. And I think the codex is really thematic, but it's not good rules-wise. And so they need a little bit of help. And I'm hoping these new detachments will be exactly what they need. So remember, they do not have Oath of Moment.
Yep.
Which is partly why they've been struggling so much. So first we have the Living Miracle, the Anointed Champion. They're also getting 2 new detachments as well, other than this one. But we don't know yet what those are going to be. When a friendly Emperor's Champion unit is selected to fight, that model's melee attacks can reroll 1 hit roll or reroll 1 wound roll. Enhancements selected from this detachment do not count toward the total number of enhancements in your army.
Oh, that's kind of crazy.
Yes, and we're going to see that a lot more moving forward. You can only take 1 Emperor's Champion in your list, so this detachment just buffs him. But look at what the enhancement does. This is such a cool way to do this, where you go, hey, this enhancement doesn't count towards your total, and this enhancement is the detachment, basically. Emperor's Champion model only. At the start of the first battle round, you can slap up to 3 of the following abilities. He has those abilities till the end of battle. The first one is the Instrument of the God Emperor. It's once per battle per army. In the fight phase, when this unit's selected to fight, if it has engaged with an enemy character, you can use this ability, and all its melee attacks get devastating wounds.
Oh, okay.
Well, the rest of these are not once per battle. That's the only one that's once per battle. This unit has -3 detection range. Just, you have a harder time finding him.
So instead of 15, he's now 12.
Yeah. Vision of Momentous Brutality. His melee attacks have +2 attacks. And remember, you get to pick 3 of these at the start of the battle. The Augury of Retribution. His melee attacks have hazardous. Or, I'm sorry, melee attacks that target him have hazardous. Because he's glowing with the Emperor's might. The Omen of Sacred Intervention. When you target this unit with the Heroic Intervention strat, It's minus 1 CP. Now remember, heroic intervention changed, so
It's
that's
one.
effectively free. Yes. And then Harbinger of Judgment. When an enemy unit, excluding monsters or vehicles, engaged with this model is selected to make a fallback move, roll a d6. On a 2-up, they suffer d6 mortals.
Jesus.
So,
No retreat.
yeah, basically, if you're going to run the Emperor's Champion, you should be running this detachment.
Yeah.
For
Isn't
1
that the
point,
truth?
you staple it on there, your Emperor's Champion gets much better, you keep going, you're good to go, you know. I love this. I think this is a great way to have like a thematic and fluffy, hey, you only get one of these per your army anyway. Let's make him really good. But if you don't want to run the Emperor's Champion, you just don't use this attachment.
Well, why wouldn't you? I guess.
It depends on what the other ones cost, right? Like, what are the points? That's why I love this system, because everything is going to be balanced around how much the detachment costs. And if one detachment winds up being too strong, they just make it cost 2 now. Oh, there you go. It limits its usage quite a bit.
Yeah.
Then we have my
Interesting.
babies, the Blood Angels.
Boo.
This is a really interesting one, actually. So, Fanatical Celerity. When a friendly Death Company unit is selected to make an advance move, you can use this ability. If you do, it suffers D3 plus 1 mortals, which is guaranteed to kill a Death Company model, right? Because they have 2 wounds.
Yep.
That move does not prevent that unit from being eligible to declare a charge. So you're giving them advance and charge, but it's costing them 1 Death Company model.
They were going to die anyways.
They are going to die anyway, and this way you're getting in sooner. They have the Doomed tag, and it cannot be taken with any other Doomed detachments. So I'm assuming the other Death Company detachments will also have Doomed, right? But you take this with the Angelic Inheritors to buff your jump pack units, and you take Death Company with jump packs, and you kill one of them to bring them below full strength, and then you use the strat to let them have lethal hits because they're below starting strength. So you effectively give yourself the ability to give them lethals, and they already have sustained, and they're advanced and charging.
That's really good.
It's pretty good. I'm pretty excited for this one. The enhancement is great, too. When you target this unit with the Heroic Intervention, it's minus 1 CP. And we get to see Heroic Intervention here, too. Just a reminder of the way it's changed. I think they showed this off in the Orc article as well. But the basic version of it is now 1 CP instead of 2. And if you use the secondary effect, then it's 2 CP. So, the end of your opponent's charge phase, 1 friendly unengaged unit within 12 of 1 or more enemy units. You can only select a vehicle if it is a character or walker unit. You resolve a charge with your unit. While doing so, before making the charge roll, you select one of the following modes. Leap to defend is 1 CP. Into the fray is 2. Leap to defend is the way it's worked before. They did change it, yes. Leap to defend is the way it worked before, right? Select charge units. Targets, you can only select enemy units that made a charge move this phase and are within the maximum distance. Into the fray is a new addition to it, and that's the part that will cost 2 CP. When making the charge roll, if the result is greater than 6, change it to a 6. And when selecting charge targets, you can select any enemy units that are within 6 of your unit and within that max distance. So you don't have to heroically intervene into the unit that just charged you. You can heroically intervene into any unit that just finished their charge.
So,
Here,
okay.
I'll link
Well,
it so you can read it.
Right. I'm still trying to understand that.
So basically, for the extra CP, you declared it. So let's say I'm charging you with 3 squads of Death Company, right?
Mm-hmm.
One of them has a Death Company captain. One of them has like Judiciary, right? You don't want to deal with the Judiciary, but you have to declare heroic intervention or you're not going to be able to stop me, you know? So you declare, but you don't have to choose the Judiciary. You can spend an extra command point and bunny hop around the Judiciary to hit the captain's unit because it would be within 6.
Okay.
Which is pretty cool.
I don't know if you've ever watched. There's a guy that uses one of the Warhammer games to make like Warhammer skits with different factions.
Oh, okay.
I think they call him like Emperor. I think they call it like Emperor's Finest or something.
Okay.
And in one of them, there's a group of Death Watch standing around talking about trying to get a relic, and one of the Death Watch guys is a Death Guard Blood Angel.
Oh, okay,
And
yeah.
so he's standing there just randomly, like making grunt noises and saying horse every once in a while. And somebody rings the doorbell, and they go, "Oh, go get it!" And they tell the Blood Angel guy to go get it.
Yeah.
And you in the background while they're talking, you hear "trick or treat," and you hear him go, "Oh, traitor!"
Yeah.
Taurus! And then you hear his chainsaw go off and like screaming. And the rest of the Death Watch guys go, "Should we stop that?" And then right about the time they say that, it all the screaming stops and you hear "all clear." And then the main Death Watch guy looks at everyone else and goes, "It's crazy that a bunch of gene stealers tried to come and steal our genes just now."
That's great. I love that.
So
I love that.
yeah, if
Death
you see,
Company
I've
are so
got a
much
lot of
fun.
his stuff coming up in my reels and stuff, and he's hilarious.
I'll have to check that out for sure. Would you like this to get even better, gentlemen?
Sure.
Brian, I know how much you love surge moves.
Mm-hmm.
There's a strat here that lets Death Company units make a surge move of up to D6 whenever you shoot at them.
I love that. That's funny.
Yep.
That's awesome.
Just, oh, you shot at me? We're getting closer. Then we have the Dark Angels. And, Brian, this is one that I'm a little scared of you having. For 1 detachment point, friendly Adeptus Astartes units, weapon profiles with plasma in their name are plasma profile weapons. And they have +1 strength. Then, of course, it has the restriction. It has to be Dark Angel units. You can't take anything from other chapters, right? So Hellblasters, +1 strength. Not too happy about that. Inceptors, +1 strength. Not too happy about that. But also, you have an enhancement that lets you add 6 range to plasma attacks.
Ooh.
So not too happy about that.
Hellblaster's shooting 30 inches?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And then, no sacrifice is too great because after a friendly Astartes unit selected to shoot, you can give their hazardous ranged attacks another +1 strength, which means your Hellblasters can hit strength 10.
Yeah.
Which is a huge breakpoint, right? Like, that actually matters.
Yes, it does.
To go from 8 to 10 means you're now wounding demon princes on 3s.
Yes.
You're wounding Bellicor on 4s. Like, the math is in your favor there.
I am incredibly happy.
Yeah, and this, you can actually like shoot into tanks with this. You can now take Hellblasters with this detachment and shoot into knights.
Ooh,
Yep.
I'm gonna have to buy some more Hellblasters.
I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to. I think you're good.
Oh, come on. You guys seem to like wipe out my Hellblasters all the time.
We target them specifically so we don't have to deal with them.
And all they do is just take out 1, maybe 2 or 3 of your units, and then they get died.
Yeah.
I think almost every time I've played against you since you've gotten the Hellblasters, I have literally just avoided
Yeah.
them or have shot the ever-living crap out of them.
Yeah, those are your only two choices. You either kill them as soon as you can, or you avoid them as much as possible.
I don't know. What
And them having the extra range makes it hard to avoid them.
Uh-huh.
Shooting 30 inches. That's awesome.
Brian, do you have any Inceptors?
I have 2. They are technically what I was going to paint after I get done with the jump pack intercessors.
Yeah, you should.
I've got Inceptors, but now I was going to paint them because I got to have a Space Marine for everything. But now I'm kind of thinking I should paint them Dark Angels.
You should paint them Dark Angels. You know what else this affects?
What?
Redemptor Dreadnoughts.
I have one of those in Dark Angel colors.
A Redemptor Dreadnought that's just, what is the Redemptor Dreadnought on his Plasma Culverin? It's what, strength 10?
Let me check here.
I think that's right.
I think you're right.
Because then it would go to 11, 12 with the strat.
Mm-hmm. Let's see, Redemptor.
Be the incinerator or whatever, right?
Yeah, the macro plasma incinerator. It is 36 inches, D6 plus 1 attacks, ballistic still 3, strength 3, AP -3, damage 2, blast.
Did you say strength 3?
No, strength 8.
Okay, I was going to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Unless
it would
I-
also
now-
hit strength 10.
Yeah, and then the hazardous one is strength 9, AP -4, 3 damage.
So the
if
hazardous
I'm
version
using-
would be strength 11.
Yep.
Yeah, if I'm using the stratagem and pumping all of it, I might as well use hazardous.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're going
blast,
all in.
36 plus 6 inches. So now it's 42 inches. So it's basically the entire board.
Yeah.
D6 plus 1 with blast. So if you're shooting into like a infantry unit, like what, Terminators?
Yeah.
Chaos Terminators? That's 5. So you get D6 plus 2, right?
Yeah.
And then your strength 11, 3 up to hit, -4 AP, 3 damage each. You're killing,
Yeah,
possibly killing a whole
You're possibly killing
Terminator.
that whole unit, yeah.
full Terminator unit.
Yeah, so this is a very good detachment for Dark Angels. This is,
Mhm.
and especially because Dark Angels use a lot of plasma in the lore.
Mhm.
But also, I just want to mention the picture that they use for Dark Angels includes them fighting Fallen, and I just think those Fallen are neat.
Well, they're not fallen according to.
Well,
Some of
those
them
are
aren't
Fallen.
fallen.
Those aren't.
Oh, okay.
Those aren't risen, because they're still fighting under Cypher right there.
Yeah. A bad guy.
Yeah, maybe. Then we have the Space Wolves.
The Great Wolf Watches.
So the Great Wolf Watches is maybe my favorite new detachment out of all the Space Marine ones. I don't think it's going to be good, right? Necessarily. It depends on what the other Wolf detachments are going to be, or the other generic Space Marines. But friendly infantry character units have the following. Countercharge. Once per battle round per unit. You can target this unit with the Heroic Intervention strat regardless of any other uses of the strat that phase. If you do, that use does not prevent any use of that strat on other units this phase.
So just a freebie?
Try and charge me. I dare you, cowards. Charge me. I'll heroically intervene with my entire army. Charge me.
Did I say it? Did I tell you they all have fight first? Do it.
Yeah. Yep. Now the
That's
only problem is if you're not running it as a Wolfguard battle leader or a captain leading the squad, that heroic intervention is not free. So you're going to have to pay the command points for it. If you've got a Wolfguard battle leader or a captain, they have the ability, of course, to reduce it to 0, and then the detachment lets you keep using it over and over again. So you're going to run a lot of Wolfguard battle leaders and captains. But I just think this is super cool. If I was playing Wolves the way I want to play Wolves, I would have Thunderwolf Cavalry, which are not infantry, so they wouldn't benefit from this. I would have Bjorn the Fell-Handed, who is not infantry, so he wouldn't benefit from this. And then I would have a bunch of Wolfguard battle leaders, head takers, blood claws. We're going all in infantry, and all of them would benefit from this. So then I have 2 points to benefit everything else. I love this. I love this. Also, they have an enhancement, a giant amongst giants, +2 wounds, +1 strength for their melee attacks for an infantry model. Yeah. Wolfguard battle leader, let's go. You know who counts as an infantry character? Logan Grimnar.
Are they going to let Epic Heroes take him now?
I don't think he can take the enhancement, but he'll still get the detachment rule. You want to try and charge anywhere near Logan Grimnar? Guess what? Here he is. Also,
he beat you there.
Right. This enhancement brings the Wolfguard battle leader up to strength 9 on their Thunderhammer. It's pretty good. Then, as if all that wasn't cool enough, during the enemy's shooting phase, when they target a friendly infantry unit, you can spend a CP to make them have stealth.
I mean, that's nice.
Yeah, just -1 to hit.
That's funny.
So, yeah, that's Space Marines. Obviously, we still have Death Watch that hasn't been talked about, but I assume that's coming with Imperial agents. And we don't know if there's going to be any changes to the Codex-compliant detachments for things like White Scars, Iron Hands, Salamanders, Raven Guard, Ultramarines. We don't have anything specific for their detachments yet. But I assume we're waiting for all that until we see what the new army rules are going to be for everybody with the Codex, or if they're still going to be Oath of Moment, or what the plan is there. But we got to wait for Codexes for that. It really feels like they have set up a system here where detachments and the Codexes are kind of separate from each other now, which gives me hope that detachments will always be free for anybody to look at, and it's just the individual data sheets that'll be locked in the app. Because I think it'd be cool to be able to be like, hey, I'm kind of looking at this army. What are their play styles? And then be able to see all the detachments to know what you want to buy.
It's GW. I don't.
You're right. I want to believe, but you're right.
We'll
didn't they say that you're going to be able to see what the other unit does in the app now?
At least when you're playing with somebody else, you'll be able to see their rules.
Mm-hmm.
Which means you just start a bunch of games with other people and then be able to
just
see
never
all the
finish
rules.
it.
Yeah.
And just never finish it.
Yeah.
Just say, okay, know that you're at the end of the game, but you just don't hit finish or whatever.
Oh,
you start lots of games with yourself. You make 2 accounts.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Next up, we have Imperial Guard with the Abhuman Auxiliaries. This is the other thing I was hoping for out of these 1-point detachments. Give me weird nonsense, right? Something that Guard can't normally do with their other big detachments. Let me have something that focuses on units that normally don't see a lot of play. So here we have Bulgrin, Ogrin, Ratlings. All have Abhuman as a keyword. And then Commissar units can now issue Take Aim or one other order to a friendly Abhuman. So before, Commissars can't order Abhumans. Nobody can order Abhumans. They're just on their own, basically, in the army. But now, you can buff them.
That's nice.
That's nice, yeah.
And I like Ogrins. Ogrins are cool. Ratlings are cool. I think it'd be nifty to have a good set of them. Oh, forgive me.
What was that?
Sorry, I yawned. This detachment also has the Abhuman tag. I'm assuming we're going to see a lot of tags for detachments to stop you from mixing ones they think are necessarily going to be problematic.
Yeah.
But also, there's a part of me that thinks people will take this detachment just because they can give a Commissar a 4-up feel no pain with an enhancement.
I mean, to each their own.
And then, again, just like with the Space Marines, you have a strat for if your Ratlings have shot, your Ratlings can go back to being hidden even though they shot. Which is cool. I like seeing stuff that lets you play around with hidden. If you don't know what a ratling is, they're basically hobbits.
Underdeveloped, underdeveloped two babies, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. They got furry little feet, eat a lot of sausages.
Yeah, so a lot of the guard are grown in
Bats.
tube, like in labs and stuff. And so when things happen and they don't turn out right, you get ratlings and ogrins and whatever else.
And they're still. Oh, go ahead.
I think they actually produce ogrins on purpose now.
Yes, ogrins are made on purpose. Ratlings are made on purpose. And there are other abhumans as well that were able to breed with people and have continued, like felinids or cat people that we just don't have models for that are in the guard. But a lot of the gene work has been limited. As you know, the AdMech has decided people can't make new things. So a lot of the gene work now is dedicated to making ogrins. And they still will make regular guardsmen, especially the gene soldiers, the Geno 5-2.
It's it's wild. Sometimes they pop out with 4 arms and are a little brown, purple, and they think, oh, well, that's just weird. It just must be the way that works.
How did that happen? But there are still plenty of Imperial guardsmen that are, born and raised on their planet, die on their planet.
Yeah.
I mean, after all, the Imperium needs a massive amount of guardsmen. That leads us into the Bridgehead Strike, which is a redone Grotsmith detachment. People are pretty upset about it being a 1-pointer. They were hoping it would be 2 because it did get a little bit of a nerf to go down to a 1-pointer. It still looks really fun to me, though. If a friendly Militarum Tempestus officer, so this is your Scions team, right? Your Scion command squad, your Scion units, is your warlord, Tempestus Scions become battle line and gain an OC. So you can field as many Scions as you want. I do too.
Yeah.
Just, hey, if you want to play all Scions, here you go. Oops, all Scions.
Yeah, and I can play oops all bikes too and orcs.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. I think that's really cool. When a friendly Tempestus unit selected to shoot, if it was set up this turn on the battlefield, its range attacks have +1 to hit. So Scions have Deep Strike. It counts as being set up on the battlefield, by the way, if it left disembarked from a transport. So you could do the movement shenanigans of disembark, shoot, re-embark using the Torox, which means you'll always be giving those +1 to hit rolls.
+1 to hit.
It looks like it's going to be fun. It is technically weaker than it was before, because before it was just +1 to hit, even if you weren't set up this turn. But it's 1 point that you can put in with everything else and run as many Scions as you want,
You run it, and then you run the tank detachment for them, and you run a bunch of tanks.
Yeah, and you're good.
And you
also,
nothing but heavy armor and Scions.
Yeah. Also, this is just a great enhancement. You can take an officer model that's in Militarum Tempestus officer and give them an ingress move on your first movement phase. So you just give them turn 1 Deep Strike. I love that we're seeing more turn 1 Deep Strike, but it costs something, right? It's not just something everybody can do. You can do it for this unit or this unit or this unit, but you have to pay something for it. And then they have.
I do like that. It used to be a big problem in the 8th because you had people that could do turn 1 Deep Strikes, and then most of the other armies couldn't. I think there was 4 or 5 armies that could turn 1 Deep Strike, and then the rest couldn't. And it was always annoying to play against those armies because you basically got to just kind of hang out for the first round because you didn't want to get backline Deep Striked round 2.
You mean you didn't like turn 1 Deep Strikes with Nemesis Dread Knights from Grey Knights?
Yeah, that was rough. I remember
that. Also, it's a 2 CP strat now for Firing Hot, but Firing Hot affects more units now than it did before. So this is a Bridgehead Strike stratagem. When a friendly Militarum Tempestus or Kazarkin unit is selected to shoot. They're hotshot las carbines, hotshot las guns, hotshot las pistols, hotshot marksman rifles, hotshot volley guns, and sentry hotshot volley guns that target a unit within 12 have +1 strength and AP.
Oh, that's good.
That's very good.
That's worth the 2.
Yep. Full 10-man squad of Kazarkin with 2 hotshot volley guns. And let me get you those numbers real quick. Hold on. I can do that. Actually, I just realized I don't have the Imperial Guard Codex in the app, so I've got to pull it up on Wikipedia, so it's going to be an extra step that I wasn't planning on taking. All because GW doesn't just let me have access to the armies I play. The hotshot volley gun is a rapid-fire weapon that is normally only strength 4, right? And -1 AP. This pushes it to strength 5, -2 AP. With rapid fire 2, which for a guard unit is pretty good.
Yeah. Look, I'm just gonna say this out loud, and I hate this. I don't know what is going to beat it. I'm really hoping some of these detachments, and I again, I hate to say this because they're brand new models, so people aren't gonna have them, and I know they've sold out already probably. If they've come out. I don't remember when they're going to come out. But those new tanks that cost like 70 points.
Yeah, the hippogriffs.
That you can take in like 3s. Really hoping, since they just came out with that kind of stuff and a bunch of those models and stuff, that they have a detachment that affects those.
I feel like they probably will. It's a little weird they didn't show it off here, right? But I feel like they probably will.
It's just a little odd. They give you a really versatile unit that honestly heavy armor guard needed really badly, because they just did not have a way to grab points like they needed to without running a bunch of weird stuff that didn't get affected by their detachments.
It is the perfect light skirmish vehicle.
Yep. And it is nice.
I just want to mention too, this strat makes the hotshot marksman rifle strength 5 AP -3 with heavy and precision.
Wow.
It's pretty good.
It's yeah.
Pretty good. Our last guard detachment for now is the designation force. This one is for scout sentinels and infantry units that have smoke. So this will be your new Spectre's kill team. This will be the I can't remember what they're called. My brain is dying. The Talarn guys. There's a whole unit. Gaunt's Ghost. Gaunt's Ghost will have this. Basically, in your shooting phase, you can select one visible enemy unit within 12 while the unit is designated, because it makes them designated, +3 detection range. So you just pop smoke and go dark.
Effectively, yeah.
It's pretty cool. For 1 detachment point, it's pretty cool. Especially because you're already using sentinels, for sure. You know, that's if you're not using other stuff that has smoke, which you probably are. Also, you could make your scout sentinels have infiltrators with an enhancement. They already have a scout move, so now you can infiltrate them or scout move them or both.
Porque no los dos.
Yeah. And then finally, they have a strat here for Sump Smog, which is basically just at the start of your opponent's shooting phase. You pick an infantry unit. If an attack targets either that unit or a unit that is not fully visible, the attacking model, because of one or more models in your unit, the target has the benefit of cover against that attack. Just, you want to give somebody cover? Here you go. Bam. And I like that it says that whether they target that unit or another unit that they can't fully see because of you. So, like, if it's a tank that you are trying to body block with your infantry and they go to shoot the tank anyway, you can give the tank cover.
That is kind of cool.
Yeah. So that's the guard.
Kind of funny.
But I think I'll just pop smoke.
Yeah, that's the better choice. And the last one for tonight is the Adeptus Sororitas, the Sisters of Battle.
Woohoo!
I took a peek at these earlier. These are really fun. So we start off with the Chorus of Condemnation. The Angelic Judge. They have the coolest names. I'm going to let you know right now. The Angelic Judgment detachment rule is friendly Sororitas infantry fly units. Specifically infantry fly, so it doesn't count Celestine, right? It's Sephirim and
Zephyrin?
yeah, Zephyrim and Seraphim, and the characters that can lead them. Unfortunately, it doesn't count Celestine. Would be nice if it did. In your shooting phase, this unit can select one visible enemy unit within 12. That enemy unit is condemned. While it's condemned, it has +3 detection range, so you can find it even quicker.
And in all honesty, I think if Celestine, did have this, it would be a problem. So
I agree. I agree. Now, first off, this is very good. Because if you're running Seraphim or Zephyrim, you're running a lot of them. You can now run them with your Melta sisters or your Flamer sisters. And still, hey, I know where you are. I've condemned you. I'm assuming there's other stuff to play around with. Condemned is a keyword. But you're condemned now. I can shoot you. I'm going to shoot you with my big sister's tanks. And there's a strat we're going to see in a minute where you can give it to an exorcist if a fly unit is next to or within 9 of an enemy, and it gives them +1 to hit, which helps you get around the -1s to hit for indirect fire.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's really cool.
I hate to say this because some people are going to hate it, but I'm really hoping they buff indirect fire back up. It was so good.
I'm with you. I would like to see it actually be functional again. Also, Brian, would you like to uppy downy your Canoness with jump pack with her 10 Zephyrim?
Sure.
Because with the Clarion of Urgency, you can.
I'm almost 100% certain that sure was. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I have a general idea, but
yeah, the Canoness with jump pack leads the Seraphim or the Zephyrim.
Mm-hmm.
And so you uppy downy them so you can come back down and charge with your power swords.
Yes, I do.
Also, I just have to mention that strat that makes the Exorcist able to have +1 to hit is called Harmonized Exorcism.
That's a cool thing.
And I love the idea that it's the sisters with the jump pack singing while it shoots rockets at things.
When did sisters get custody things?
Right? It's a little weird, huh?
Because that's exactly what the stupid flyers and custodies does.
Yep.
They go, come down, hit me with a bunch of big weapons. They fly away from me, and then at the end of fight phase go, bye.
It's pretty crazy. I'm here for it, though. Sister's biggest problem is how squishy they are. So being able to leave after you kill something is very good. And Seraphim and Zephyrim are very good at killing things. 2 different phases, right? One of them's good in range, one of them good in melee, but they're very good at killing things. And if they die, you get miracle dice anyway. Yeah, right. Their next attachment. Oh, go ahead. Sorry, I'm Brian.
No, I'm just. I'm excited to start painting them.
Yeah.
I think that is as much as I want to paint Dark Angels. I really do now.
Yeah.
I think Sisters will be fun because it fulfills one requirement that you always give me, that I need to do something that's not Space Marine.
Yeah.
But it still seems like they're fun.
They're very fun.
I've avoided Space Marine factions like the plague.
It's going to happen at some point. Well, it already has, technically. Emperor's Children.
They're chaos.
That's true. So, the Sacred Champions is our next attachment. This one's really fun. It is a reworked version of their... I think it's... What's that one called? Something of Faith. The Grotsmas detachment. Friendly Celestian Sacrosanct units have +1 ballistic skill, +1 weapon skill. And then gives the Reverend tag so you can't use it with other Reverends, you know. Celestian Sacrosancts are a very, very strong unit. buffing both their shooting with their pistols, which is but their weapon skill with their maces is very good. And if you're running sacrosancts, you're running them in the front to throw them into the enemy. So this is just a fun way to do that. They hit on 2s with their halberds with this, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
It also, you can take an enhancement to give them +1 OC. That will matter sometimes, you know. Why not?
They are such goofy models.
I love them. And then, go ahead.
I've almost gotten sister models just for the sheer fact that you can run them with agents.
Yeah.
Because I have so many agents.
That's why I got to get sisters too, so that I can run them with my agents. They have a strat called Faithful Fortitude. I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. You're good. Go for it.
When a friendly Celestian Sacrosanct suffers a mortal wound, your unit can be given a 5-up feel no pain against mortal wounds till the end of the phase. And because of the way this is worded, it's not, oh, you take that first mortal. It's, oh, they took a mortal wound. I'm going to spend a CP. Do I feel no pain it? Yes, I do. Awesome.
I love things that trigger after you take it, so you can just be like, this isn't going to be a waste.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, it could still be a waste. You could still not roll the feel no pain.
You absolutely
but
could.
At least you have a chance.
But at least you have a chance. When it matters, it will matter.
Yeah, it's not like some of them where you go, oh, I didn't trigger that this turn because it was supposed to be the beginning of the phase or something.
And then we have Sanctified Orators. So in Sisters, you're going to run a lot of characters.
Yes.
And this enhancement, or this detachment, enhancements selected from this detachment do not count towards the total number of enhancements, which is, again, crazy, because this is not just a one unit, one enhancement detachment. This is just all the enhancements in this detachment. You just, up to 3 units for free, basically. I mean, you're paying the points, but it doesn't count towards your other enhancements. Friendly Sisters characters have +1 leadership. And you get the Hagiomnifex? Hagiomnifex, maybe? Something like that. If your character unit, excluding penitence, it cannot affect penitence, takes this once per turn per unit. Once per turn per unit. Because, again, you can take it 3 times. At the start of a phase, you can use this ability. If you do, select one of the abilities below. At the start of a phase. So you get to do it once per turn per unit, but you get to choose them at the start of any phase that turn. You can pick Rite of Revelation. While this unit is shooting, enemy units have a +6 detection range. You don't have to declare it till the start of your shooting phase. You go, okay, I'm going to use Rite of Revelation on this character's unit with all their melta-guns that now have a +6 to their detection range. So I'm detecting you from 21 inches away.
Hey, you over there in that building, you're not safe.
Yep. You can also make it where this unit's battle shock rolls automatically succeed this turn.
That's really good.
It is. And if you'll remember, battle shock for the full game now acts the way it has in the mission pack. So Battle Shock does not fall off like it did outside of the mission pack. Battle Shock, you have to test out of it. Just as the way we've been playing it, because the mission pack, apparently GW liked that. You don't just stop being Battle Shocked. You have to test out of it. So being able to automatically succeed is very good. Then you have +1 move. Starting my movement phase, I need 1 more inch of movement, +1 move. +1 strength. Now that's just for all their attacks. That doesn't say melee or ranged. +1 strength to all
right
of
to
it.
smiting.
Yep.
I can't wait to righteously smite your Death Guard.
You should. Be great. And then the Chorus of Repudiation. Attacks that target this unit with a strength greater than their toughness have -1 to wound rolls. And again, if you haven't used that Haji Omnifex this turn, you get to their shooting phase. They're shooting you with something big. You go, you know what? Chorus of Repudiation.
I don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, it's very fun. And not only all that, but they specify in the text of the article that Bringers of Flame, which is one of the best detachments in Sisters, is only going to be 2 points. So you can take Bringers of Flame from the Codex with any of these, which is great. Bringers of Flame with Angelic Judgment, and you're zooming around and making things detected, and then you're burning them down. It's pretty good.
It's pretty neat.
So that's our run for now of Imperium. Next week we'll come back with Chaos, and we should have World Eaters, Chaos Space Marines, Chaos Demons, and maybe Death Guard, depending on when that one's happening. And then the week after that, what's that?
Said fingers crossed. I want to know what the Death Guard stuff is. They're always fun.
I'm so hyped for it, and for World Eaters tomorrow. Then the week after that we'll do Xenos. By that point we should have Orcs, Tyranids, and at least one more. I'm hoping 2 more, because they're revealing one of these each weekday. And then by that point, we should have the rest of the Imperium, and we can cover all of them. So, what do you think, gentlemen?
Sounds like a plan.
I don't have enough time to paint everything I need to paint.
What was your favorite detachment we talked about tonight? I know we talked about a lot.
For me, it's a tie between the Sisters, which I have yet to play, and the Dark Angel one.
That's fair.
I like the Hymns of Battle, but I also know that I want to get all the Meltas now for my Dark Angels.
Plasma,
yes.
What about you, RJ?
They're also fun. I think though my favorite is got to be the Space Wolves at this current moment.
Yeah, charge me, coward!
Yeah, I mean that's one, it's fun, and two, in all honesty, I could see an 11th edition it working really well.
Yeah. You block up the midboard, you get into terrain, and you go, hey, you want this middle objective and these 2 side objectives that I'm sitting on? Come take them.
Yeah, it'll just be an all or nothing thing. So we'll have to see what the rest of the attachments are and see if there's anything that hard counters it, which there already kind of is. Sisters already kind of hard counters it.
With that extra detection range. Yeah.
Yeah. And there's a couple other stuff we saw in here that had extra detection range and Space Marines that probably would counter it pretty well. But I mean, if you don't have a lot of that going on, it could be an interesting stratagem.
Yeah.
You know, you just kind of try to get first go, and then you cover the board as much as you can, and then you basically set on the points near terrain, in the terrain, and go, if you want it, come get it. But just know that the first thing that charges in here is going to get mobbed by everything else.
I'm with you. I think that's the most fun one. But since you chose that one, I will choose the Death Company detachment that lets me kill my own Death Company to ensure I get the advance in charge.
That's really fun, too. I like that one.
Yeah. They're coming, Brian. Their blood surging towards you and killing their own to get there.
That's fine. I've got 30 inches of hell blasters that say you ain't going to get near me.
And when I do, with all my feel no pains,
you ain't going to have anything left.
He'll just die. It's fine.
Yeah, you know, that's how it works. You either make the charge and kill everything, or you die. That's how Blood Angels work. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I'm very excited for 11th. These detachments have only made me more excited. I think everybody's getting fun, cool stuff, and I'm so excited to talk about the other ones I already know about. And by the time that I wake up in the morning, World Eaters will be here,
and he'll be even more excited.
I'll be even more excited.
The question really is going to be is that when 11th comes out, who's playing first, and it's what against what?
What army do I play first, guys?
Oh, come on. You know it's going to be Blood Angels.
It depends on what we see for the other detachments, honestly. But Blood Angels
that's
will be
fair.
far behind.
Well, you're the only one that's going to have a full 2,000 points of multiple armies. I am probably going to be...
That's not true.
Well, RJ has 2. He probably won't have 2,000 points of Emperor's Children by
He's
the
got
middle of June.
2,000 points of 3 ready for 11th edition, already painted.
Who? Me?
No, RJ.
RJ? He doesn't have...
His
Well,
Imperial
he's got
Knights
the-
are painted
Admech
too.
Knights, Necrons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just you, buddy boy.
Sorry, I can't put them together and not have them painted.
I mean, you could. It's
Yeah,
really
but
not that
I'm-
hard.
Only,
I'm having a
only
hard time.
psychopaths and pastors do that.
Yeah. I'm sorry, but
So true.
my Zangors who I put together like a month ago are still sitting on my desk half-ass painted because they're a pain in the ass to paint while they're put together.
So one of the reasons that I'm working on Grey Knights right now is because the psychic change, which I don't know if you've heard about the psychic change or not, RJ, for 11th. But the other reason is because they're going to be super easy to paint. You prime them gray, the silver, and then you just do the detail work, and they're done. Psychic ignores all
Modifiers?
now. So it's basically ignores covers.
That's really good.
It's time for you to bring your assassins back out, RJ.
So that I don't have to deal with that crap.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Hey, can we just like petition for Admech to get a psyker? Like I see them in lore all the time. Why can't I have one?
Yeah.
Is your army's already stupid as it is?
They need an Electro Priest character that channels the warp.
They have them. They're literally in the game.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. They just need to be in 40K, like the board game, the tabletop.
And it wasn't even like they're not built to channel the actual warp. They're built to counter the warp.
Yeah. Oh, RJ, that reminds me, with the new ally rules with Imperial agents, you can take an Imperial Navigator. That's a psyker.
I think I'll stick to my Calixus.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm excited for 11th.
Kind of says no.
Yes. I am more excited for 11th than I have ever been, and I was already very excited for 11th.
Yeah, it looks like so far they're doing a good job.
This is such a cool way to balance this. I'm with you. I'm hoping they balance it right.
I'm gonna throw it out there again. I guess I'm gonna be the pessimist here. I've been through this before. We come out with stuff and we're like, this looks like a good addition. It's gonna be great. And then the edition comes out and we're like, oh,
yeah.
Well, y'all kind of screwed it up right before release.
It's true. It's true, and we still don't have a detachment specifically for the Alpha Legion, so that's a shame. I mean, we have Deceptors, but not a new one. Everybody else is getting new detachments. Where's the new Alpha Legion detachment?
Yeah, I needed that bomb I planted on something like 10 years ago to happen.
Yeah. Let me have my version of Gene Stealer Cults a plan generations in the making. All right, gentlemen.
Yeah, some of us got to go to work in the morning.
Yeah. Any closing thoughts before we roll the outro?
No, I'm happy.
Ultramarines suck. Go Xenos.
Yeah.
All I have to say to that is if you hate Ultramarines, that sounds like a personal problem.
I'll take that.
Just because you know that they're better than everything.
If they were, then why'd they lose to the Word Bearers at Calth?
Because the Word Bearers pretended to be their friends.
I mean, I think that's a little bit of a stretch, but they did pretend to be their brothers.
Hey, ally! Hey, brother! Why do you have a knife out, brother?
Oh, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Better to stab you with.
Yep.
Also, all I gotta say is if the Ultramarines were as good as you're saying they are, the Horus Heresy would have never happened. Anyway.
I mean, that's true.
Hey, the reason why the Horus Heresy happened is because Horus knew that he had to get rid of Gilliman and sent the Ultramarines on the other side of the galaxy in order to, do what he did. That's why the Dark Angels and the Ultramarines weren't there.
Honestly, that was probably Horus's biggest mistake, was sending Lorgar and Angron to deal with Gilliman instead of going himself, or sending Perturabo to do it instead.
Yeah, Chaos wouldn't have to deal with Gilliman right now if he'd gone and dealt with him himself.
But I will say this: yes, Gilliman got dunked on by Lorgar and Angron, and then later Mortarion. But hey, he survived, I guess. So you got to give him that.
Barely.
Yeah, he spent 10,000 years in sleep. But at least he's alive.
That being a god.
Yeah, at least he's alive. That's more than you can say for my Primarchs.
Most of the Primarchs?
Yeah. Until next time, I've been Trey.
I'm Brian, and just remember, you hate us because you ain't us.
And I'm RJ, for the greater good, I guess.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll see y'all next time.